Bill Doyle, Worcester Telegram. Brett, I just wanted to ask you about what you thought of Jayson Tatum tonight.
I thought he was great, and I think he's had an exceptional year. He's got a bounce. He plays, when I watch him, he plays a lot sort of older than his resume suggests, and he's got a lot of bounce and a lot of game. And I thought tonight he scored in a variety of ways. I thought he was excellent.
Brett, you had JJ cover Tatum for a lot of that game rather than Ben or Rob. What was the thinking behind that, and is that something you're going to adjust in the next game?
We'll look at that. We'll go back and we'll look at it. For different reasons, we decided to do that, and we'll go back and see how that worked.
Coach Bob Schron, the Citizen, I know you won't make excuses, but how much did the 6 days layoff maybe interrupt your rhythm in terms of getting into your?
I mean, I don't know. Like we've won 20 out of 21 games, and the Celtics, we give them credit. I never felt we were in the game. I never really felt it was a game. We had that little tiny run at the end of the third period, and we created a turnover. JJ hit a 3. I think it might have cut it to 9, but I give the Celtics credit. I don't know if the time off hurt us. It sure felt like we were playing a good team today.
I know you look at Joel's defense first, but what did you make of his performance overall tonight?
I thought he was good. You could see when he puts his mind to it, getting those deep catches. I thought he was physical. I thought at times he received balls close to the rim and really sort of made an effort to get as close to the basket as he could, and he scored. I thought that he had a good game given how limited basketball he's been playing.
Coach, what did Boston do to make you guys uncomfortable from behind the arc, or was it just kind of an off-shooting night for you guys?
No, I think it was a little bit of both. I give the Celtics credit for getting to our shooters. I think that when we all go away, we're going to look at the three-point line from their perspective and look at the three-point line from our perspective. Therein lies a lot of the story. I give the Celtics credit getting to our shooters. We did have an off night shooting, but I think a lot of that you can attribute to their good defense and them getting to shooters.
Jared Weiss, The Athletic. There were a few plays where Joe was icing on ball screens and then was caught deep in the paint and they would kick out to a wide.
Say that one more time.
There were a lot of plays where Joe was caught deep in the paint defending a ball screen, and they would kick out to a wide-open shooter, and nobody closed out. How are those typically supposed to be closed out on, and do you guys
like with Horford shooting threes?
Yeah, there are a few of those.
Yeah, and I think that's the challenge with Horford. You like to, at times, get some reds, some switches. At times, looking at some type of stunt behind it to buy time for Joel to go back. And we didn't really do a great job with him in that area that you're talking about.
Coach, John Schumann, NBA.com. Similar question. Your defense was scrambling a lot, it seemed like tonight, in rotation, maybe a little bit more than you would prefer. Was that just them attacking certain matchups, or was it more to it than that?
No, I think it's more to it than that. I thought it was one of our poorer defensive games that we've played in a while. The three-point shot is what we're all speaking about, and the rotations behind that. There is some truth to that. I think that some of it were some missed assignments. Some of it I give them credit for, but it sure was a big part of the difference tonight. Their ability to, shoot and make 17 threes is a big number.
Brett, Mike Petralia, CLNS Media. Obviously, toward the second half of your season, a lot was made of the good ball movement and a lot of the good rotations and whatnot offensively. Tonight, did it seem like you had that same type of offensive rhythm?
I think that to look at this game defensively, offensively, this isn't who we are. This was a very poor game from us. And I give the Celtics a lot of credit for producing that. This isn't who we are. And so, we're going to have to fix some things. I'm going to have to back up my words, with our group. We got practice tomorrow. We look forward to, getting back on track, playing basketball, and looking at some tape tomorrow. But I think to think that this game is a reflection of what we've been doing the past few months would be a mistake.
Brett, to your left. Marcus Hayes, Philadelphia.com. What would you say your team might have learned tonight? What do you think? What step do you think it might have been able to take from what just happened?
I mean, the easiest thing for me to say is when we go back and look at the tape and find the breakdowns of why they got that volume of threes and how they made that volume of threes. I think that defensively, that's where my head is at the most. Like, I feel like I know. I feel I'd like to go back and look at the tape and see if I'm pretty close. I think offensively, when you start looking at some of the production we got from players that had been producing, we did not. I think that we got stuck on one side of the floor. I don't believe we play side to side. I don't believe we passed or shared the ball like we have been doing to produce, pretty good final third of the season and a decent first round with the Miami Heat. Those two things come most to my mind.